Karibuni sana. Welcome to the show. Today we are in Kisumu City, Dala. We are here at Sovereign Suites Hotel, and we are here because we are attending a very important conference, a forestry conference, and we'd like to talk and present the Mpingo tree. So I would like to introduce our panel today. Let them introduce themselves, tell us where they work, what is their role, and regarding Mpingo and its seedlings. Karibuni sana.
Thank you.
Yes. Perhaps you could start now.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ian.
Yes.
I'm Elvis, working with the KEFRI under Department of Seeds, field assistant. And in relation to Mpingo, we are trying to promote this initiative to take it more into the community for more restoration, as it is under threat and it's disappearing.
Okay. Karibu sana.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, my name is John Keno.
Yes.
I'm a forester by profession. Of course, we are in Kisumu because of the society, which I subscribe to. While society speaks more about emerging issues in the forest, and of course, even the issue of the as a responsibility for a trade forest, the key responsibility normally is single production, and it must be objective. Why do you produce seedlings? Which type of seedlings do you produce?
Okay.
Of course, I also work with Kenya Forestry.
All right. Karibu.
Yes, thank you, Ian. Samora Salu.
Yes.
I am a forester by profession, a very enthusiastic conservationist by passion, and I work with the Kenya Forestry Research Institute. Being a forester, I'm charged with the responsibilities of collecting seeds, matching the seedling to the right site, and also trying to test the germinations of different types of seeds. That is where my passion in dalbagia comes in, because dalbagia is one of the tree seed that is hard to germinate.
Yes.
Why is it hard to germinate? It's because if it stays for a long time, then it loses the ability to germinate. So therefore, there is also some methods that we use to make it germinate faster.
Okay.
It is threatened, and if we don't really have ways of propagating it, then we won't have any more dalbagia in the near future.
Thank you so much. I think it's also in order for those who don't know. My name is Ian Kamau. I am your host. I am part of the Funky Orchestra, and we are here because this Mpingo tree, also known as the Blackwood tree, is used to create musical instruments, including clarinets, oboes, some parts of the piano keys, the fingerboard of the violin, the fretboard. And today I'm here because I'm a musician. I play the clarinet. This is a clarinet. This is a byproduct of the Mpingo tree. That is why many musicians refer to the Mpingo tree as the musical tree. And maybe just to kickstart the conversation, we'd like to know, maybe from Elvis, why do people refer to this tree as, why is it so unique, and what makes it the most valuable tree in the world? Because there's some people there's research that shows that this tree costs actually a meter cubic of Mpingo tree costs around 1.3 million Kenyan shillings. Why is it so unique, and why does it cost that much?
Yeah, it's Mpingo. It's an interesting tree.
Yes.
Its uniqueness comes as from its valuability. First, this Mpingo tree, to find it is very difficult, and its maturity rate, it takes more years to mature. For you to get a desirable material to make those oboes, clarinets, which are more valuable in the market, you need to get the well-matured tree,
Yes.
ready to be in the market. That's why it's being considered to be the most valuable, and because of its hardness, intensity that it has, and its uniqueness in just its appearance, that's what makes it unique.
You mentioned about how long maybe it takes to grow. before us, there's some seedlings. These are Mpingo seedlings. Maybe you could shed light into how we obtained these seedlings. How long did it take? Because I know you were in Turkana when you were trying to grow them.
Yeah, the seedlings we obtained from Kitui provinces, and we made the trial at Lodwa nurseries, which we experimentally on just well-trained soil. We created nursery that we sowed the seeds and partially covered, and the germination took 8 days for it to germinate. So far, to this extent, the tree is 7 months, which is 32 weeks old, and it's ready for transplant.
It's ready for transplant.
Yeah.
Okay. Perhaps we have said that the seedlings came from Kitui.
Yeah.
Maybe Samora, you could shed light into where can this tree grow? In which areas? What's the climate? What's the ideal weather that enables this tree to grow well?
Mpingo is known to grow in dry areas.
Yes.
And these dry areas are characterized by low rainfall. So like an area receiving about 500 millimeters of rain to 1200 or 1300, that would really favor the growth of that budget. It cannot grow in areas that receive a lot of rain. That is why it is sourced from its original growing zones like Kitui. It's mostly the drylands are Kitui, Baringo, the Taita. So those are the areas you can find the Mpingo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
yeah, to add on top of what Samora said,
Yes.
Mpingo also does well along with some factors in consideration like sandy loam. The soil which is best fit for this normally sandy loam. If you go to places where we have a lot soil and clay loam, it will not do. That is why we find it along the coastal area, the dryland areas of the Nyanza and eastern, lower east.
Okay. So sandy loam places,
Yes.
the temperature a bit dry.
Yeah.
Okay. Kitui, Taita Taveta, Makueni.
The whole of coastal.
The whole of coastal line. Okay. So maybe we could just ask, what are some of the traditional or modern use of this Mpingo tree? Why do we need to plant it? How can we benefit from Mpingo tree once maybe it has matured?
Okay. Traditionally, it has a variety of benefits. One of them is medicinal. Its bark and the roots, it's used to cure bronchitis, hernia, used in any gonorrhea, even syphilis. And then when you come to the leaves, when you feel like you have an headache, those you smoke, you burn the leaf, and then you inhale the smoke to help you to cure the headache. And then the other benefits, it can be used for carving, traditional carves, which is more decent for the community. Then we have it can be used as firewood, which helps, which we use in our homes. So I think I can mention a bit of that.
I could also add
Yes.
that what makes some of the uses of Mpingo would be to restore. Drylands are places where not any tree would grow, and Mpingo is adapted to this dryland. And in the wake-up call for restoring, growing 15 billion trees, this could be one of the trees that could be considered because it is already adapted to those dry areas.
Okay. I like during the presentation that we had earlier. I like maybe we could attach the photos that we're seeing right now. I like how the Mpingo tree is used. The outer shell is brownish in color.
Light brown.
Yeah, light brown.
Yeah.
As you mentioned that they use the bark. They burn the bark, and they also use the inner part of the Mpingo tree, which is usually now the black part. Yes.
This one.
Okay.
Yeah, we have that. This is now the hardwood.
This is the hardwood itself.
The hardwood.
The hardwood.
The one
Oh,
inside.
The one inside.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. I think it's a very valuable tree that people should, look into knowing more about it and knowing how to preserve it. Maybe we could talk about that. How at an individual level, maybe in your workplace, or you could educate the public. How can we come towards restoring this tree and protecting it from going extinct?
Well, there are a lot of strategies when it comes to trees which are not going to extinct.
Yes.
Now that we realize that, and we know, Mpingo is resistant to drought, and when it comes to intervention, tree planting, or the tree growth, the area which is on focus is the drier area, because it normally gives a lot of opportunity, the vast land. Now, Mpingo can really do well, and this is one of the trees now we can target for restoring or rather reclaiming lands which are bare.
Okay.
Yeah, another thing that we could also do at a personal level is to make it aware, or to make it known that Mpingo holds a very huge place, or a very important place in the economy. The wood is sold at a higher price, and therefore nowadays people try to grow trees for their value.
Yes.
If you just tell people to grow trees without value attached to it, then they really don't buy that idea.
Yes.
We really have a task as an initiative to spread this gospel.
Yes.
Try to tell people what Mpingo is, how it is propagated, how it can be grown, and all the benefits.
That you have mentioned about how, if someone is interested in the public, how can they get access to such seedlings? Where are they sold? Maybe you could shed light into that.
Well, when it comes to seedlings,
Yes.
normally we have responsible agents which register tree nurseries.
Yes.
We may not tell all farmers to go buy seedlings everywhere.
True.
We have recommended tree nurseries where we send you to go and source for seedlings. In our database, if you go to Kenya Forestry Research, I'm sure they have database of the seedlings which you find equally to our research institute, the Kenyan Research Institute, is KEFRI. Yes, so the best area to find the seedlings, if you go to the coastal side and the eastern part,
Yes.
it's more viable, unlike asking for Mpingo trees in central Kenya or the highland area. Yes.
Another method you could also use at a local level is to go to where Mpingo tree is during rainy seasons and check whether you can find some small seedlings growing under it. Yeah, we call them wildings. So you could uproot that carefully and go and plant in your farm or nurture to the right size of outplanting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to add? Now that you had talked about maybe how we can access seedlings, and I like the way there are responsible agencies that have already been set up that train people on how to plant these trees. What do you need to actually do? I like it's not just anyone who is just outside messing up the tree and stuff like that, which shows responsibility on our side, shows responsibility on those institutions, and maybe just talking about conservation, looking ahead. Where do you think, maybe in 10 to 12 years or something, where do you think Mpingo, where would you want Mpingo conservation to be at? What is maybe the goal of Sweet Sounds of Forestry, something like that?
Okay, our goal is to create awareness,
Yes.
And to make sure we reach out the community, the local community, try to build the capacity, the importance of this trade, the benefits that it brings to their livelihood, even what value does it add to our economy.
Yes.
So in the next 10 to 12 years, we want to have achieved some integration of this Mpingo in our communities, and we have to take more seriousness on it and make some follow-ups to achieve the best outcome out of it.
Okay.
Well, I want to add more. Well, when we talk of 10 years to come,
Yes.
as we speak, we have a high task where the country is now working towards achieving the 15 billion.
Yes.
tree growing. And Mpingo being one of the serious systems really used to restore the dryland areas in Kenya, I'm sure now that it has been identified and advocacy needs to be done further. I'm happy that today we've done a presentation on Mpingo where all professionals are. It's now upon us to also make some follow-ups, although I'm sure the professionals will now also pick up from their respective stations on how to grow it more and increase the production of the seed. So in 10 years' time, it will be among the seedlings which will say this also form part of the 15 billion tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, to weigh in on that, I would also say that in 10 or 5 years, let me put it 5 years, I want all players to be aware of the potential Mpingo has.
Yes.
How are we going to achieve this? We are going to achieve this by being the ambassador of Mpingo.
Yes.
I was even thinking of drawing from the reception we've got at the conference and how much people are interested in Mpingo. It seems like it was something lying without anybody recognizing its presence. But now we are awakening that presence, and I think so many people will be interested. The best way to capture that attention and also utilize it is to have a platform where people can get information about Mpingo, people can ask for seedlings, people can ask for seeds, people can ask for wood. Because one of the speakers in the conference did ask that now I have Mpingo in my farm, where am I going to sell it? Yet you say it is 1.3 million per cubic meter.
Yes.
The market linkage is missing, and those are some of the areas, the gray areas that in 5 years to come should be much clearer. That could be at policy level, that could be taken up, and the ready market be available, because we can't be promoting Mpingo but we don't have the market for it. Yeah. So yeah.
Thank you, Samora, for your comments. Well, the presentation we've done today is just an open. We intend next year to make it better than what we've done today. We'll do a very good paper, and we've been in communication with our team for the next one. I promise next year, you'll get a very good document, which will now make advocacy of Mpingo to be at another level.
Yeah, I'm thinking of opening a Facebook page specifically for Mpingo, and also even the TikTok page, whatever social media page, so that because Mpingo is well known in Tanzania than Kenya.
Yes.
That's crazy.
So it's our time now to shine through Mpingo,
Yes.
and let others also benefit from the knowledge we have about Mpingo.
Yeah.
Could be the last one. Yeah, there's something very critical which was mentioned yesterday during presentation. The gentleman from Forestry Certification said Forestry Stewardship Council said there's a group in Tanzania who have now made it a community-based organization, plantation of Mpingo, already certified. That is a notch higher. Even in Kenya, few plantations which are already certified. And that now brings in the issue of acceptability everywhere. You know, when you want to buy either goods or services, normally you check, is it certified?
Yes.
Now this is a case where Mpingo is certified somewhere just across the board. It's also still possible even in Kenya. Thank you.
Maybe just picking up on what you said about certification and maybe at a policy level, just to ask, are there any policies maybe regarding that are safekeeping this Mpingo tree, like that protect maybe against over-harvesting of Mpingo and stuff like that? Because when you're talking about a 10-year plan, or what I would like to see, some of the things I would like to see is great policies that protect the tree even at a national level or something. That, for example, the way we know that you shouldn't be caught with an acacia tree or something. You're running about with an acacia tree. It's the same thing that I would like to see as a policy. So maybe I don't know if the policies are there, or is it just something that we can look into building to safeguard the Mpingo tree.
Yeah, the policies are in Kenya.
Yes.
And I can assure you that the problem is citizens.
Yes.
We lack the knowledge. We don't know. I'm sure most citizens, they don't know the value of it. Those guys, even if you go to their farm, you find very mature people, but they don't know how valuable the tree is. And two, there's no way you can start now cutting down trees unless you want to use it locally within your farm. We normally have some restriction given traceability of timber, where you must have some permits and authorization for movement. So it is not possible to just come up and now clear Mpingo now and then. It will not be possible because I know the professional they are aware of it. And they're the people who issue out movement permits and authorization.
Okay. A case specific case was for sandalwood. You know sandalwood?
Yes.
Sandalwood is second to dalbaja. Dalbaja takes the lead, then sandalwood is the most valuable tree again.
Yes.
Now sandalwood caught the attention of the nation,
Yes.
and it was even given a presidential degree that it should not be harvested.
Yes.
I think that is the route that dalbaja should take.
Okay.
But how will it take that route? Having facts and figures that can convince the policymakers. So, like John said,
Yes.
If you have some research papers that support your claim, then it is easier to be taken up by the policymakers.
Yes.
So I think even going forward, we could concentrate on Mpingo, document its population and how much it is dwindling, and see how to restore it. Because without facts and figures, you can never convince.
Yeah. So there you have it, guys. I like the way our call to action today was: when you preserve Mpingo, you preserve music, you preserve heritage, cultural heritage, you preserve history, you preserve your economy, because it's going to be able to build your economy. And we'd just like to end by saying that as an individual, take your time to build the ignorance out of you not knowing what Mpingo is. Create awareness with your friends, create awareness with your family, create awareness with your colleague that there's a tree called Mpingo that is going extinct and that you can do something about it. Reach out to these organizations. I'm sure you'll be able to find a way to be able to restore this tree and get it back to the market the way it should be. Thank you so much. Tupatane in the next show, the next video. See you later. Asanteni sana. Word of the day, preserve Mpingo.